You and me are about to review one of the highest commission review sales calls on YouTube, on the internet. Okay, this is going to be a potential $10, $15 to $50,000 commission. Okay, the clip that we are about to listen to is about 10 minutes long. We're going to be breaking this down. Okay, this is for a real estate offer. And one of my students inside of Dynamis is an appointment setter for this real estate company. This real estate company is now doing over $550,000 a month. And this one rep that I have on this offer is generating them well over $100,000 in revenue alone, right? And I've got multiple salespeople on that offer. Buckle in because this shit's about to be insane.
Hello, Jill speaking.
Jill, can you hear me?
I can.
Jill, it's Paddy here on a recorded line. I was calling on behalf of from. How's it going today?
Oh, not too bad.
So obviously the first portion of the call needs to be the introduction. Hey, blah, 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 right? And what he's done is he's given himself authority. You should never ever try and call someone and just say, hey, it's Nathaniel. Right? Because then you've got absolutely no authority and they're probably going to hang up on you. So he said, hey, I'm Paddy from XYZ company, which automatically builds with authority. Now, one thing is that his tonality should be higher, right? He should have a little bit more energy than what he does now. Let's see if that goes up or down.
Not too bad at all.
That's good to hear. Just curious, or were you potentially throwing up a few options with the way the market's going?
Well, we are potentially. We're sort of looking at moving up the coast.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
So he has a very curious tonality, all right? And that is actually pretty good. I think, again, his energy could be up a little bit more, but his tonality is good. It's curious, right? And when you have a curious tonality, right, you get questions probed a lot easier, right? So when he asks these questions, he's very curious, which gives the lead's perspective, okay, this guy's actually pretty interested, right?
Moving up the coast, you're looking for a potential upside, downside?
Or downsize, because we're managing to offload a few children, which is nice as they grow up and move out. So we've got a big 6-bedroom place. It's, we don't need that. We're not going to need
six bedroom, 3 bathroom and 2 car space, is that right?
Well, there's 3 car spaces, 4 if you count up the front. There's 3 undercover and 1 off-road, but not undercover.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, wow, it's I'm just looking at the photos here. It's quite a beautiful place, high ceilings.
You gotta realize, especially in real estate, this is their baby. Okay, they love their houses, they love their property, they would die for their property, right? It is their baby, right? So the best thing you can do, especially when talking to someone about selling or listing or even getting a price on that house, is by telling them, I fucking love this house, right? You know, be a little bit of a suck up, right? Because at the end of the day, that's gonna make them happy. Right, so that's good. Again, I do think his energy should be up a little bit more. And one thing that, again, he can improve is not cutting them off. Right, what you guys should be doing is when you're having conversations, especially in this circumstance where, again, this is their baby, let them finish what they're saying. Okay, because we both know that there's nothing more annoying than someone cutting you off. Something that he could do is at the end of every sentence that he says, take a pause, let them speak. When they're speaking, let them speak, make sure they're done, then speak again. Okay, that'll add a ton more authority and make the conversation flow a whole lot more.
A big pool out the back, it's a really lovely place you've got here. And so tell me a bit more. The kids have, sounds like they've moved out. How far down the coast are you looking to go?
Oh, we'll probably go, that's where we like.
So what he's doing right here, which is super, super tactical, is he's getting them to talk about the place that they want to go to, right? He's not there to help them buy another house. He's there to sell their current house. So what he's doing is basically getting them to talk about more about, oh yeah, you want to move up to the coast? What sort of property are you looking at? How big's the house? You know, is it beautiful? Is it nice? Blah, blah, blah. Right? If you get them talking about their future property, they're a lot more likely to be like, yeah, I want to get in there as soon as possible. Let me sell this one. Okay, so this is super tactical.
Yeah, definitely. And how long have you had the place here for?
We bought it in 2019.
Yeah, wow. That's a good time to get into the market for sure.
Yeah.
And have you done much to the place in terms of renovations? I know you've mentioned you've done the bedrooms, the bathrooms, and the shed. Is there anything else top of mind that you might have forgot to mention?
No, it's all, everything else was fairly recently renovated when we bought it, and we just added in, we did the downstairs so that it was all nice and funky, and then added a really big shed because that's what John wanted.
Yeah, wow, that's incredible. It sounds like you've been quite busy over the last couple of years, for sure. Yeah, well, I mean, potentially how you are looking to move up the coast, when considering putting this one on the market, is there a goal figure or a norm?
Alright, so now let's see how he handles this, because this is the make or break essentially. This is where you're probing, okay, so how much you're looking for? You know, what is it that you kind of want, right? So let's take a listen.
North Star in terms of price that you'd be looking to this place?
Well, we don't really know. That's why I thought maybe you would have some idea of what it would be going for in the current market. I mean, I can look at what realestate.com has as high confidence, etc. But it's to know what the...
Let them finish talking, okay? And I guarantee you a lot of you guys that are actually watching this now, you make this same mistake, right? It gets super awkward, okay? So just take more of a break in between words, in between sentences. Let them talk. You should not speak unless they are done, okay?
Real figures are.
Yeah, definitely. Like there is some good figures certainly going for similar makeups. Like I know this is a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, but that's actually open tomorrow at 12 p.m. But that's 1.6. That's offers over. Yeah, that's it. So there's certainly some good figures going at the moment. But I mean, if we could find someone willing to settle on that higher price point in say the next 3 to 6 months, is that something you'd heavily consider?
Yeah, that's a good time frame. When 6 months is probably about right.
Yeah, got it. Well, I mean, considering how much you have done in renovations and you are looking to move in this...
He's talking them up a lot, right? To get them booked in for that next call. Okay, so when he pitches, they're gonna be like, yeah, this is a no-brainer because he's told me that this property is fucking amazing. Right, and again, he's not lying or anything. He's just saying that places around have sold for a lot of money, right? You need to take all the ammunition that you can, right? And this is the perfect sort of ammunition, okay? That person around the block, blah, blah, blah. It might be a completely different house, but he's giving them perspective of, okay, that sold for a lot of money. This could potentially sell for something similar. And because he's like, yeah, you know, it sold for a fair bit of money, they're thinking, fuck, it would be sick to get that amount of money as well. Right, so he's doing well here, okay?
In the near future, I'd strongly recommend getting that pinpoint idea of value from an expert like Alan, just on where the place is sitting at in the market right now, and that way you'd have the best information to go off and really help you to look for that next opportunity down the coast. And yeah, he can really help you with improving that value without dipping into the pockets too much or overspending. So you'd have your best foot forward in terms of price.
So now he's selling the call, okay? That's what he's doing right now. He's selling the next steps.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll pull his calendar up. How are you situated for mornings or afternoons?
And this is a telephone call, or because I have to talk to John and see if he can be around as well. Is it a telephone call we're talking about?
Oh, no, it's for Alan to swing by and actually come and do an in-person appraisal to go over things thoroughly and give you a really good idea of where the place is.
Well, I'm around next Wednesday morning. I've got to wait for...
Okay, so this is where I disagree with the script, okay? Because this is something that he has to say. His real estate company gave them this specific thing to say when booking them in for the next step. So on all of his calls, he says, how is it, you know, morning or afternoon, right? When you do that, you need to realize that you're giving them options to say no. when you say something like that, like when are you free? When's the best time for you? When can you do this X, Y, Z? You're giving them all your cards and now you're the bitch. Okay, they're no longer on your time, you are on their time. And so much, every single time this happens, they always say a time that is either a week ahead, 2 weeks, a month, 3 months ahead, right? And you can't complain because you're giving them that option. So instead, here's exactly what you do to assert that authority, that dominance, but also make sure that you get the call ASAP, because you need to remember every day that goes by, right, to where you're not on the phone is another chance of them not even showing up, right? A lot of these guys that they're booking in for appraisals might not show up because they're booking it a month, 2 months, 3 months, you know, into the future. So what you say is, all right, great. So after everything that we've talked about, bang, 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 are you free tomorrow about 3 p.m.? So then Alan, our professional, can actually come over to the property and give it a full appraisal to make sure that you're getting a really good bang for your buck. How does that sound? Right? And then if they can't do that time, they're going to give you another time that is close to that. You know, I don't know if I can do 3, but can you maybe do 4, or can you maybe do the next day? Right? So now you've just saved yourself potential days, weeks, or months, right? Because now they're giving you the closest time to the time that you said. All right? So this again is the script, so not specifically him. Right? And yes, the script might work, but I can also guarantee you that they do get a lot of cancellations and or no-shows as well, right?
Having the television upgraded. So I'm around next Wednesday morning, and then after that I'm pretty busy.
Yeah, okay. I'll just pull up Wednesday here, and you said before the PM, is that right? In the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's lock in 10:30 or 11 a.m.
Confidence, guys. When you're booking a time, are you free 10 a.m.? 11, I don't give them 2 of the options, because now again, you're on their time. You're now the bitch. So say, okay, how does 10 a.m. on Wednesday sound? Sound cool? Great, right? Stop giving them options. It's literally an hour apart. 10 a.m. and 11 a.m., there's no difference, right? But still, you sound like a novice when you say that. Okay, so do not say that. Be very straightforward.
We'll actually be pretty close by then. Yeah, okay, let's lock in.
Yeah.
Let's lock in 11 a.m. Wednesday, and I look forward to hearing how it goes, and I hope you have a really good rest of your week.
You too. Alrighty, thank you.
No worries. Thanks, Jill.
Bye.
All right, so now the call is obviously over. All right, it was about a 6-minute call. Now there are a lot of things that he did correctly. Right, his sort of, you know, questiony tonality. Some of the questions that he was asking was good, right? He ended up booking the call, which means he made $100 and something from that, right? That appraisal getting booked, and that appraisal can potentially turn into a listing, and then that listing can turn into $10,000 to $50,000 worth of commission, right? So obviously he's done a good enough job, but again, we want to be perfect. Right, so if I was telling him right now, okay, this is what you need to change, I would say, have a little bit more energy, don't cut people off, right? And be a lot more dominant with the things that you're saying. Because you need to remember, so many real estate people have probably spoken to this one girl, this one family, right? And they all say the same shit because they all suck at sales. Right, so that one person that's good at sales, good at communication, really asserts what time is what, etc., etc., they are the ones that are going to stand out. Learn anything, or if you've got anything to maybe help them out, if you're in the real estate industry, whatever, drop it below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. See you then.